Africa's population is expected to reach 2.5 billion people by the year 2050, which will be roughly 1/4 of the global population. Dear Africans, join me as I dive into the economic issues, advantages, and potential problems around Africa's fast-growing population. Africa has been at the center of the global population growth. Africa's population has increased fivefold from less than 300 million people in 1960 to about 1.5 billion in 2024. For thousands of years, a large population has been viewed as a strategic advantage for countries aiming to expand their economic power. A growing population often translates into a larger workforce, increased consumer demand, and a more substantial market for goods and services. Countries like China and India have leveraged their massive populations to drive economic growth, becoming global powerhouses in the process. Certainly, Africa's large population can also be a major advantage, especially for labor-intensive light manufacturing, which require less complicated technologies, provided Africans acquire the requisite vocational, technical, and engineering skills. Africa can leverage the productivity advantage from Africa's lower-cost labor. However, this window of opportunity will not remain open for too long, and may in fact be closed by the year 2050, given the current trends in the rapid adoption of low-cost robotic manufacturing or smart manufacturing in advanced economies. In other words, Africa's window of industrial development opportunity is limited to probably another 3 decades or so. It is therefore imperative for Africa's most populous countries like Nigeria, Ethiopia, Egypt, and DR Congo to move swiftly with the implementation of labor-intensive light manufacturing, lest the opportunity be lost forever. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to receive more insights of this nature about Africa's economic development. Now let's dive deeper. In today's rapidly evolving technological landscape, particularly with the advent of artificial intelligence and robotics, the impact of population size is becoming a double-edged sword. While a large population can fuel economic growth, it can also become an economic liability if the situation is not well managed. The productivity of a nation's population is what determines whether it becomes an asset or a liability. A substantial segment of the population that is unproductive, unemployed, or underemployed can overstretch public resources and hinder economic progress. This becomes even more pronounced in the face of technological advancements, where AI and robotics are increasingly replacing human labor. With an annual growth rate of 2.3%, the continent's population is expected to reach 2.5 billion people by the year 2050, which would be roughly 1/4 of the global population. Such rapid population growth will certainly become problematic unless African nations implement sound educational policies and programs to equip young Africans with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics knowledge and relevant vocational, technical, and creative skills for a modern digital economy. When a significant portion of the population is not engaged in productive activities, it can lead to social instability. High youth unemployment rates can result in discontent and unrest, as being seen already in many parts of Africa and the world at large. The lack of opportunities and prospects can also create increased crime rates, drug abuse, and other social problems, further straining public resources. Governments must therefore invest in reskilling programs, enabling workers to adapt to changing job markets, encouraging entrepreneurship, innovation, and investment in emerging technologies can also create new opportunities and drive economic growth. It is increasingly clear that the quality of the population, measured by productivity, skills, and adaptability, matters more than the sheer numbers. In a world where AI and robotics are reshaping economies, countries must invest in education, skills acquisition, and social safety nets to ensure that their populations remain productive and do not become a social burden. The challenge for Africa lies in turning this double-edged sword into a tool for sustainable growth and prosperity. Thanks for watching. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like and share it. And if you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to receive similar posts relating to Africa's economic development.